Hey everybody, Jeff Wybo here. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Lots of great real estate agent and real estate investment tips. If you didn't know, I am a real estate agent in town in London, Ontario here. And if you're also new to the channel, hit that like button. YouTube really likes that when you smash that like button. And today, what I wanted to cover was there was on an online forum, I saw some questions from a newer agent, and I wanted to answer his questions. And he was looking to get into the business, and I wanted to speak on the questions being further into my career as an agent, 2.5 years in right now. So here's the first question.
Is a real estate career easier or harder than you expected?
So he's looking to get into this business. I will say both. I wasn't sure what I would do. I did have some knowledge in investment properties, so I thought that would help. I also didn't know anything about the market, so that's probably the case for most people when they join and they become an agent. Remember what I always talk about on some of my previous videos, your license means nothing. So just getting qualified doesn't put any dollars in your bank account. So you're really gonna have to go out there and work every single day. So I didn't know it would be so hard. I did thought, oh, I'm just going to be a realtor. It's going to be super easy. I'll make a few commissions here and there. And unfortunately, you have to work very, 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 very hard for these commissions. Any senior agents out there watching, I'm sure you're going to comment down below. And just because the public might see that you make 10 grand on a deal, they don't really see all the other steps to even put you in the position to make the 10 grand on that deal. Like plenty of networking and socializing and knowing the market and fighting hard for those offers to make it happen and to get the offer accepted, and then for the financing to go through and everything else that they don't really teach you in the realtor courses out there. They just teach you the policy. They don't teach you actually how to put dollars in your bank account. So it was both easy and hard. It was easy to get into, but hard to make money at first until you work every single day at it.
What do you wish you would have known, been told, or would have asked before you started your career?
Well, I would want to be told what to not spend my money on. The first thing when you get in, you're just signing checks left, right, and center, is what they say. Obviously, it's your credit card, but they say, oh, you got to get signs. Oh, you got to get business cards. Oh, you got to get this. You got to get open house signs. Oh, you need open house 2 to 4 signs. Oh, you need your headshots. You need this. You need that. And what I would really have liked somebody to actually sit me down, like I'm trying to do for you guys, is don't spend your money on all this stuff right away. There's pros and cons to this. The only thing I do say to spend your money on is one, DocuSign, which is or Authentisign or something like that, a digital signing process, so you don't have to actually physically drive your car to go sign on a piece of paper to then drive to an office to fax the piece of paper upside down to another agent. You just want to sit at home, you want to type the offers out on DocuSign, and I think DocuSign's like $200 something a year, $20 something a month. There's different plans, but that's what you want to spend your money on. You don't need all the other stuff. I have not owned a business card in over a year and a half. Why? I focus on my personal brand a lot more than just handing out my card. People seem to know me from any networking events. It seems redundant to hand them a card. So I just don't have them. So I'm saving money there. And you guys can talk more about that. I even cover that in my course a bit, which is coming out shortly. Also, one of my big mistakes, and hopefully we have a little video description up here, was talking when I bought a bus bench. I bought 2 bus benches because I thought, oh, I'm a realtor, I need a bus bench. Oh, okay, they cost this much a year. Oh, if I just make one sale off these bus benches, they're worth it. Well, guess what? They were the waste of money. So I wish somebody would have told me to never do this. One, I'm brand new, so who's going to call a bus bench for me to sell their house? They're not. Hi, biggest purchase of our life, Mr. Bus Bench. Can you please sell our place? I think there is a need. You can get away with it if you've been in the business for a long time and people kind of know you. But when you're new, I got the friends and family being like, "Hey, saw you on a bus," and that was about it. So a little bit of a touch there. However, it's totally free on social media to do the similar touches to your clients than spending couple $100 a month on these bus benches. So bus benches down, do not do that. I wish people told me what not to buy, and it seems like when you become a new agent, everybody's, oh, you gotta buy these leads and you gotta do this and you gotta buy I need a website. That's another one. Don't get a website. Nobody physically goes to a website anymore. They're all on the social medias, and then they might get pushed over to a website, but not too many often are people actually on websites looking at your stuff. So just because you're a new agent and you put up a website and you put the same stuff on there, like the MLS listings, they're just going to go to realtor, and if you're the brand, they're going to contact you already. So you don't need a website, so don't worry about that.
What is the biggest strategy you find yourself dealing with?
When you first start out, it's figuring out what actually works, because you have to continue to trial and error, and eventually come up with ways that actually make you money, because you might go down a rabbit hole of showing a really bad client 10, 15 properties, and then he just goes buys with his uncle. That was bad. So you eventually start learning these things, and if you're on the phone with them, you can kind of tell if they're serious or not, and if you know if the place is not good. Like today I got a call, people wanted to go into this property. I know the property is not a very appealing property to the senses and to the site, but they're looking at the numbers, and I wanted to know, have you bought a property before? Have you bought investment properties? Oh, if you're after your first one and you're just potentially a boyfriend girlfriend couple or mom and dad couple, you might be turned off by how some people live, and these are really poor looking rental properties. However, investors can come in and they can look right past the smells and the visualization of the property, and they can just look at the numbers. So I save time that way by doing that. So it's always like trying to figure out like what actually works out there. I also did a lot of like online ads, and then you just basically like you start learning how to deal with people, similar to the other example. Also, I did limo tours, which you guys might have seen. I do my investment property tours, so that was a huge trial and error, and a lot of people would be like, oh, are you making money at the end of the limo tour? But what they didn't understand was, no, not everybody was buying all 8 properties at the end of my tour on Sunday night, but they remained in my ecosystem, and then they bought a property with me 3 months down the road, or they referred me and this kind of stuff. And now, 2.5 years in, I'm able to pass on a lot of my deals to guys like my brother Phil Wybo, Lindsay Adams, Alexandra Graham in my office, who have been on my channel. And that's because I position myself with getting so much business from this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's just a lot of trial and error when you first start. What works for you? I would not suggest going out door knocking or cold calling, because you're always hunting for your food every single day. Yes, you can get some wins, but I feel like you're always battling your clients versus they already trust you because they've called you. You're literally convincing them to sell their house, and then you're potentially forcing them to sign the piece of paper for you to make the commission. And this is where you feel very sales rep-y, versus I feel a lot more on the buyer and seller's team. And if they don't get one property, I know it's just going to be another property, and I would rather them not buy the bad property so that they get the good property. Even if it's less commission, it goes way further than me forcing them to buy that property.
If you had the time and money, what do you wish you could do that you currently can't afford?
So in my first year, I would have loved to travel more. I would have loved to buy more clothes, all the cool things. However, bills are going to be really tight in your first year as an agent, most likely, so depending on what kind of market you're in. Our average prices are around 300,000, so on a sale of that, it's about $6,000. But if you're new and you only do 3 of those a year, it's not very good, right? So you gotta keep up with those. You might have to do some smaller stuff, a bunch of 100,000s. It's really when you start double ending those properties that you can make the 12,000 on the 6,000. But you gotta be in the know and have a lot of clients this way through networking. I always teach this. But like I would have loved to travel more. It just, when your first year felt like you're working every single day, and I do preach that a lot to you guys, to work. You have to work every single day. It's like you got to eat shit for the first year, but then after that it gets a little bit easier. So every day I was answering the phone. It didn't matter. Now I screen the calls a little bit more because my time is super valuable. Back then that phone call was $10,000 every single time. And you guys that are, oh, I'm gonna keep my job at Dairy Queen, you're missing out on that phone call for $10,000 to make today's money, not tomorrow's money. So, well, although like real estate can also be a little bit of tomorrow's money, a bit, or today's money, but yeah, I wish I could spend more time. Also, I wish I could spend more time exercising, and because I felt your clients could go to the gym all the time, but in my first year, I felt I used to do like a lot, like 3 hour workouts all the time, and now as a realtor, I don't have 3 hours of my day, and I'm not good at the moment of getting up at 5 in the morning and working out till 8 in the morning, because in my first year, my phone was ringing by 9 a.m. and I'd be up till 11 midnight on the phone with investors all the time. So yeah, I wish people would have told me about that, and now it's a lot better. You can definitely eat. I'm more healthier now, and get to the gym a lot more and get out for walks, and you do phone calls while you're walking. But before, it's the winter months, you're just on the phone all the time, you're inside, and it's very hard to like pause and say it's me time. And honestly, in your first year, if you want to be successful, you can't have me time. You're that weirdo that has the phone on in the movie theater, and you're running out. It's what are you doing? Like you probably shouldn't even have been at the movies. So the 3-4 times you went to the movies a year, you're running out into the hall taking a call because the other offer just countered, right? So there's no me time as a real estate agent, especially in your first year.
Should you join a team? What benefits or frustrations come with teams?
All right, so I was on a team briefly. What I will say is I was finding it was a 1 + 1 = kind of 2 scenario. You want to find a teammate that 1 + 1 = 4, 10, 15, 48, 10 million. Because if you're just two new agents out there and you say, hey, let's team up, if you're successful, then you're going to be envious of the other person. And if he's successful, hopefully you're being like, what the heck's wrong with me? I'm not doing anything. And it's just not a good balance. But what I mean by the 1 + 1 scenarios are, if you team up with somebody who's like the condo king and you're the investment property specialist, well, that's a 1 + 1 = multiple, because you don't know the other thing. If you're just going to team up with somebody, you're not going to make any money in your first year. And I feel a lot of you new agents, you will join a team because you're afraid, you don't think you'll make a sale. I was in your boat, and this is kind of like, okay, this is good. Like when I'm on vacation, you can make money, and when you're on vacation, I'll make money. But it just doesn't work out like that in your first year. And there's a lot of animosities, and bills start adding up. And I think potentially like senior agents can be on teams a bit more, or someone who's extremely established can like hire people at percentages under them. But if you want to just kill it yourself in real estate, do not go on a team in your first year. Just do it yourself, because it'll also make you hungrier. You won't be thinking that the other person's out there doing the open houses when you're not, and vice versa. There's just going to be so much animosity. I think it's just so hard to, like, it's like the he said, she said, like, I just sold $10,000. What did you do? He's like, oh, I went to lunch. And then it really sucks in your first year if you got a good client and there was like a $10,000-$15,000 paycheck and $7,500's going to you and them. Like if it's a 50-50, it's just always going to be bad. And eventually what happens in your first year, if one partner is rocking it, you just leave. It's no hard feelings. It's just a breakup. It has to happen. You need to make money in real estate. So suggestions to new agents is that's the frustrating part. So don't be on a team for that. If you are going to be on a team, make sure it's a win-win. Don't just join a team because there is a senior agent. If you're new, oh, he's going to teach me the ropes. You're not going to make any money. He will make the money. You can have all the little Monday morning sales meetings you little want, and he can teach you, and he can give you free business cards, and you can be like, I'm saving money on business cards because I'm on this team, and it's really good. And like, but this is the guy making the money. You're making shit, and you're learning. Yeah, you know how you really learn? Not being on a team and going out into the sea and figuring it out for yourself right now. And that hard knock life will actually make you a successful agent versus this comfortable level team thing where Monday morning is the team building exercise and you can all talk about how you're not making money together, and then you got to knock on more doors or something like that. Oh yeah, I got to knock on more doors. But that's not really going to make you more money. It's just going to make the other guy more money, because all he's going to think is, well, if you knock on 100 doors, I'll get X clients. You got to go knock on 1,000 doors, and I'll get this many more clients. And then you're just playing this pyramid, multi-level marketing game where just look around. Like, who are all the top agents? They're all sharks themselves, and then they might build a team under them. So you want to be that person, not the other way around. So yeah, my suggestion is to just jump in that deep end, and the power of broke is phenomenal. Like, every morning, if you need to get up and get out there and make some money and post on Instagram and post on Facebook and talk to people and host networking events and go to networking events, you're going to be way more successful than just showing up and then doing the minimum requirement to go knock on so many doors. You might as well just go get a job. That's what you're doing. You're getting a salary. That's my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section. I'm sure there's a lot of you guys that are very successful at door knocking and you rock it. It's just not for me. I think I'd actually be pretty good at it, to tell you the truth. I just don't want to use my time that way. So let me know down below. Appreciate you guys watching and sticking around this long. I love to give up my agent tips. I will be having a course out shortly on on how to make $100,000 in your first year. Also, we are going to Las Vegas. Matt McKeever and I have bought a 63-roomed hotel for 2-night stay in Las Vegas, and it's going to be for entrepreneurs, and it's going to be a mastermind. And there's a bit of a ticket price. However, once you're there, you're surrounded by these people have spent a decent ticket price around you, and all these people want to make money. I'm investing into it. Matt's investing into it. We are not making money on this event, but that's how much I am passionate about it. And for whatever amount of dollar values that we put in, we know we will have a 10x conversation with one of you guys, and we'll be making way more beyond the ticket prices that you're paying, and then the negative that my corporation is going in to host this event. But I'm just giving back to the community. So hopefully we'll see you guys in Vegas. It's going to be, I'm excited for it. 90 days of selling it right now, and appreciate you guys watching. If you didn't hit the subscribe at the beginning, hopefully you're stuck around. Hit the subscribe button. I always love chatting with you guys in the comment section. Also, smash that like button and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm posting. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye.